The Battlefield series kicked off in 2002 with Battlefield 1942, a revolutionary entry in the first-person shooter genre that redefined multiplayer gaming. The game stood out for its massive 64-player battles, dynamic vehicle combat and sprawling open-ended maps. Set during World War II, Battlefield 1942 introduced players to a new kind of warfare, where they could fight on foot or control vehicles such as tanks, planes and battleships. This level of skill and player freedom was unprecedented and laid the foundations for the franchise's identity. The sequel, Battlefield 2, released in 2005, marked a shift to modern warfare. With contemporary military units and vehicles, Battlefield 2 built upon the large-scale combat concept, adding new features like squad-based gameplay and the innovative Commander mode, which allowed one player to oversee the battlefield and give orders. This title redefined the gameplay loop by introducing class-based rules, more tactical depth, and a focus on teamwork, which resonated deeply with players. It also marked the beginning of Battlefield's focus on both infantry and vehicular combat, shaping its identity for the years to come. Battlefield Bad Company brought a major shift in tone and gameplay, introducing a fully fleshed-out single-player campaign with humor and narrative depth, focusing on a squad of misfit soldiers in search of treasure. This console-only release also pushed the boundaries of destruction mechanics, allowing players to blow up entire buildings in real time. This feature, known as Levolution, became a hallmark of the series, allowing for unparalleled environmental destruction, which added a new layer of strategy. However, the franchise's true golden age came with Battlefield 3. Powered by the Frostbite 2 engine, Battlefield 3 combines cutting-edge graphics, realistic physics, and a gritty modern warfare setting. It was a technical marvel at the time, delivering destructible environments and multiplayer experiences on epic scale. The game's blend of large open maps, fast-paced infantry combat, and vehicle warfare became the franchise's trademark. With its competitive edge and advanced mechanics, Battlefield 3 firmly established Battlefield as a major competitor for the Call of Duty series. Battlefield 4 initially carried the momentum of its predecessor, featuring enhanced destruction mechanics and a redefined multiplayer experience. However, it faced significant issues upon release. Server problems, bugs, and general instability at launch tarnished its reputation. Despite this, Battlefield 4 managed to recover over time through post-launch patches and updates, eventually becoming a loved entry in the series. However, the botched launch set a worrying precedent for the franchise. In 2016, Battlefield 1 took a bold step by diving into World War I, a war often underrepresented in gaming. The game was praised for its atmospheric and immersive depiction of trench warfare, as well as the bold decision to bring a forgotten era of conflict to life. While the single-player campaign featured compelling vignettes, some fans felt Battlefield 1 simplified gameplay mechanics in an effort to appeal to a broader audience. Despite its initial success, Battlefield 1 marked a shift toward a more casual experience, reducing some of the tactical depth that the series was known for. Battlefield 5 continued the series' journey through historical conflicts, returning to World War II. However, the game was mired in controversy from the start. Its reveal trailer, which featured a female soldier with a prosthetic arm in combat, sparked debate about historical accuracy and authenticity, leading to widespread backlash. Additionally, Battlefield 5 launched with a host of technical issues and a lack of content. The game's failure to captivate its core audience and deliver on its promises resulted in disappointing sales and a divided fanbase. Then came Battlefield 2042, a game that many hoped would bring the franchise back to its former glory. Instead, it became a symbol for the franchise's decline. Promising futuristic warfare and massive 128-player battles, Battlefield 2042 launched in a broken state, riddled with bugs, poor performance, and design decisions that alienated longtime fans. Key features such as a class system and team-focused gameplay were stripped away in favor for individualistic mechanics, further distancing what Battlefield made unique. The decline of the Battlefield franchise can be traced to a series of missteps that eroded the trust of the core audience. Several factors contributed to this downward spiral, starting with a noticeable disconnect between DICE, the developer, and its player base. The introduction of features that seemed to prioritize broader market trends, such as faster, more casual gameplay, over what had traditionally set Battlefield apart, began to alienate longtime fans. For example, one of Battlefield's biggest strengths had always been a focus on teamwork, strategy, and class-based gameplay. Yet, with Battlefield 2042, these aspects were heavily diminished in favor of a more chaotic, individualistic-based experience. Many fans saw this as an attempt to mimic Call of Duty's run-and-gun style, which didn't resonate with Battlefield's tactical roots. Furthermore, DICE's ambition for Battlefield 2042 with larger maps and 128 player battles was hampered by technical limitation. The result was a game riddled with bugs, broken mechanics, and a general sense of incompletion. This trend toward rushed releases and buggy launches has begun as far back as Battlefield 4. And by the time Battlefield 2042 came out, many fans felt like they had been burned too many times. Players were not only grappling with an incomplete game, but one that lacked key elements of what made Battlefield unique in the first place. Compounding these issues was EA's pressure for quicker development cycles and release windows, which often led to unfinished or unpolished games hitting the market. Glitches, server problems, and overall lack of polish led many to abandon the game shortly after launch. However, DICE has been committed to turning things around over the past couple of years. By 2024, Battlefield 2042 is in a far better state. The development team reintroduced the traditional class-based system, which brought back the familiar roles of Assault, Support, Engineer, and Recon, much to the relief of fans. The game has also seen multiple updates that added new maps, weapons, and vehicles, giving the experience much needed variety. The Portal mode, which allows players to mix content from classic Battlefield titles like Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3, has become a standout feature, offering nostalgic experiences for longtime fans. Despite this resurgence, Battlefield 2042 remains a mixed bag. The player base is stable but relatively small compared to earlier Battlefield titles, with around 9,000 average concurrent players on PC as of mid-2024. For comparison, Battlefield 5 still attracts around 15,000 players, and Battlefield 1 sees similar numbers. While 2042 has improved dramatically and offers a solid experience now, it still struggles to shake off the negative perception that stemmed from the poor launch. In terms of popularity, Battlefield 5 remains the most played Battlefield game in 2024. Despite its own controversial launch, Battlefield 5 has aged well, maintaining a loyal player base that enjoys its World War II setting and polished mechanics. Additionally, Battlefield 1 continues to be a fan favorite, particularly for those who prefer its unique World War I setting. The future of the Battlefield franchise is uncertain. While 2042 has improved, DICE has announced that support for the game will wind down after 2024, marking an end for the major updates. Fans now turn their hopes to the next Battlefield game, which EA has hinted will be one of the most ambitious projects in the series' history. If Battlefield can learn lessons of 2042 and recapture what made the franchise great, it may rise again. For now, a Battlefield continues to live, but its long-term future remains in the balance. In summary, Battlefield has a legendary run, from its humble beginnings in 2002 to its meteoric rise with Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2. However, the series now finds itself at a crossroad. Missteps, broken launches, and a departure from its core identity have left the franchise near its breaking point. But hope remains. If DICE and EA can learn from their mistakes, listen to their community, and realign the franchise with its original strengths, Battlefield might yet live to fight another day. But the big question is, can Battlefield recover? Or will it go down in history as a fallen giant in the gaming world? What do you think? Can Battlefield make a comeback? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite gaming franchises. and I'll see you guys in the next one.